34 seconds to go. 75 yards. Murray, 14. Boom. Murray, completion for 9. Boom. Murray, completion for 9. Boom. Setting up. Murray at the Buffalo 43, throwing to Hopkins in triple coverage for one of the greatest pitch catches you'll see in NFL history. We'll talk about who gets more credit here in a second.
Boom.
The Cardinals win. And oh, by the way, thanks to Seattle losing, as Key likes to say, going 1-3 in the second quarter of the NFL season, Arizona now tied atop the NFC West. They get a division-defining win. They get a defining moment for Kyler Murray. They get a defining moment for their biggest offseason acquisition. And fellas, we're off and running on a Monday morning.
How was your weekend, Zubin?
Yeah,
Pretty good.
You know what Key wants to start the segment off with, Zubin, about
How was
the
your
weekend.
man?
Bro, this is the first Hail Mary in the NFL in 5 years.
No,
If there's ever a day we're going to lead with sports, isn't it this day?
What happened to Rutgers this weekend?
Yeah, what happened to your squad this weekend?
Lost to Illinois.
All right.
Most high school teams could probably beat Illinois, but that's another story for another day.
That's a bad loss.
That is a bad loss. By the way, SC, again, with another great rally to win. SC has thrown 4 touchdown passes in the final 2 minutes of both of their games combined.
I don't care.
They are 2-0.
The way they look these last 2 games, they're not ready for the Final Four.
Nobody more dramatic, though, than the Cardinals, right? As I try to veer it back toward the Cardinals,
We're going to get to the Cardinals. There's no question about it.
Tell me your weekend was better than Kyler Murray.
Don't even worry about it. Evan already jumped in my ear and said, don't worry, you guys have Michigan coming up this weekend to get healthy on. That's coming from the control room. Well done, Evan.
If Michigan even have a coach by then.
We'll get into that. Paul Feinbaum, Jim Harbaugh's #1 critic, will join us later this morning. All right, go for the weekend and tell me it was better than Kyler and DeAndre's, and I'll rest my case.
Well, here's what I would say about the play. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. But get somebody up on that dude in that dude's face, man.
Kyler's
and when
face.
on DeAndre Hopkins.
There were 3 dudes in his face.
You can't allow D. Hopkins to have free access like that. They supposed to know that.
Help me out with free access. It looks like there were 3 guys draped on.
No, meaning at the line of scrimmage at the start of the play, they allowed him to run down the field basically all by himself, uncontested. Whenever you give a dude free access, especially this dude, he gonna bunny hop you. He's gonna do exactly what he did to them. Climb the ladder and go take it off their head like he eating soup. That is just what happens in that situation. We talk about whether or not the Cardinals are for real and whatnot. Yeah, they're a good football team. They've had 3 wins this year coming from behind in the fourth quarter with situations and plays like that with Kyler Murray having the football in his hands. He was able to get out of the way, square his shoulders, and launch that ball 50-something yards in the air. But the great thing about it is he kept it in play. Typically, when you see these things, it's either out of the back of the end zone or in front of the end zone at the 2-yard line or something like that. Instead, he gave his guy the opportunity to go get it 50, 60 yards in the air. And D-Hop climbed the ladder with 3 dudes draped around him. But as a defensive coordinator and a defensive back coach, the first thing you're supposed to do is those guys, as said, over there by themselves, you put somebody in front of them to reroute them and slow them down from getting that type of depth up on the defensive back. They did not do that. They didn't do it, Jay. They let him just run down the field. You act like DeAndre Hopkins is chopped liver. Like, we'll just leave him over there by himself. We're not worried about him. Like, what are you doing? That's the one dude. There's 2 dudes that I'm jamming at the point of attack for the Arizona Cardinals. Larry Old Man Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
I'm putting 2 dudes on him.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm putting 2 dudes at the line of scrimmage to jam him, and I'm putting somebody over DeAndre Hopkins, somebody in the middle of DeAndre Hopkins, and somebody on the back end. And they didn't do any of that.
Key, just to add to your point, so I'm watching the game last night, and I watched the catch, and I said, damn, what a catch. And then obviously, I go back and I see the replay, and I see it must be the gloves because he had the Jordan gloves on, right? But then I went back and I started watching the play in slow-mo. I wish we could show the play again on TV. Jordan Poyer, 21, comes out of the opposite side, watch this play, and knocks Tre'Davious White out of the play. He knocks him out of the play, hits him on the play. And then you got Micah Hyde, who's on the back, And that's what ultimately allows him to make that catch, him to grab, because the lane was there, but Poyer knocked White out of the play. How are you supposed to defend that?
All you do is snatch him and PI him. You snatch him down. They're not going to throw the flag in that situation. So you grab DeAndre Hopkins and you basically pull him to the ground when the ball is in the air right before it gets to him. You go ahead and you get the pass interference because they're not going to call it. They're just not.
I just feel horrible because I just watched Josh Allen march all the way down the field, throw an incredible pass to Stephon Diggs, and you feel like the Buffalo Bills could be sitting here at 8-2 right now. I know, and you know what argument I was on because I was on. Dan Orlovsky got me on the Bills bandwagon.
No, it's cool.
I started riding with them,
fine.
and I said going to the game, I thought this was going to be a staple game, and it works out that way.
I got like this going feud with the guy out in Arizona. Not a feud. We have a little wager bet on how many games Arizona will win this year. Arizona, ESPN Arizona, host of a show out there. And so we were going back and forth all year long about how many games Arizona's going to win. And so I had the send button ready. Wait.
On it.
So wait. I swear to you, I watching the game, Z, and I got my hand on send. I'm like, damn. Oh, well, let me repeat this real quick because the sea of red is coming for me tomorrow.
On your weekly radio appearance there. So you got time to prep and figure out what you want to say. A little mea culpa.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.